Hi everybody, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to give a 1 through 2 chapter summary of the book Magic of Reality. What is reality? Well, reality is everything that exists. It could be anything. But how do we know that bacteria is part of our reality, or that the galaxy is part of our reality? We can't use our five senses to detect them, so scientists created special instruments called telescopes and microscopes to see. So that's how we know that they're part of reality. How do we know that dinosaurs were part of our reality? We don't use special instruments and we don't use our five senses. Well, those dinosaurs, when they die, the remainings are fossils. So with these fossils, we examine them and know that the dinosaurs were there. So, what if we didn't have anything like special instruments and fossils and our five senses to detect reality, like genes? Well, we use models. Exactly what Gregor Mendel did. Gregor Mendel was an Austrian monk who was planting trees, pea trees, and they're all wrinkly. So he decided to breed them, and he got 3 times as many smooth peas than he did in wrinkly peas. And that his motto was he would get 3 times as many smooth peas than wrinkly peas. This was the time when he discovered the gene. After times later, people have discovered DNA. And they used the special instrument, and it was used by Francis Crick and James Watson. They got the chromosome, crystallized it, and got DNA. So that's how they knew that the DNA was part. So this was This was Watson and Crick. And this is the chromosome, X-ray chromosome. And then the chromosome, the string of the chromosome comes here into the double helix of the DNA. The DNA is inside the double helix. So, these are models. So, so lots of people believe myths or tales, like Harry Potter, and how the mouse from Harry Potter turns into Peter Pettigrew, and Peter Pettigrew back to mouse. Those are myths, and it can't happen like this, and you can't give a brief explanation. But yes, it can happen. And here's an example of how it can. So, there are these frogs, and they were living in their environment right here, and then a threat came. And then the frogs tried to jump because the threat came, but they were short-legged. The snake ate. And then these generation got scared and with the environment changed and the threat happening, they started to develop legs, and once they jumped, the frog could barely catch one frog. And so at the end, all of the frogs got scared of the threat from this and this, and so they fully developed long legs, and once they jumped, the snake couldn't catch them. So that's what happened with the frog evolution, and that's the same thing why the mouse can turn into Peter Pettigrew, because of the threat. So now that's a myth. And who was the first man? Well, let's do an experiment. Close your eyes and picture yourself. After you picture yourself, picture your father, then your great-grandfather, and then your great-grandfather, and then your great-grandfather, and so on. Well, once you picture you can't picture your 185 millionth great-grandfather. So, I'll just show how it looks like. Your 185 millionth great-grandfather looks like a fish, because he was a fish. Your 185 millionth great-grandfather was a fish. That's awesome, right? So, technically, there was really no first man. So, what really happened was evolution. This is the evolution. This boy right here, or girl, it doesn't matter, is you. This is your father. And then once there's so much pictures of evolution. And once you get 4,000 pictures, you'll get this person who's a Homo sapien. And more further, you'll get a Homo erectus, which is this, 50,000 years ago. And if you want to go even more further, you get these. 1 second, sorry. You'll get a chimpanzee. You'll get a chimpanzee. Then you'll start to get something looking like an orangutan if you go further, and then a koala. After that, it will start to look like a rat. After a rat, a lizard. After a lizard, a newt. And then, finally, you would get a fish. But let me tell you one thing. That is where, whenever we want to go further than fish, that is where we start to lack fossils. We don't have enough fossils to see what's past there, so we can't really go further. Unless there's something called DNA. I told you this. DNA helps us understand when the DNA has a long string, and with that string, you can sequence the molecules from the DNA. And the molecules are sequenced as an adenine molecule, thymine molecule, cytosine molecule, and guanine molecule. So they're all sequenced, and part of the sequence is a gene. And there's one particular gene that is called the FOXP2 gene, which helps us know languages, like different languages. So the scientists have measured a human's FOXP2 gene sequence, chimpanzee's FOXP2 sequence, and the rat's FOXP2 sequence. So with us compared to a chimpanzee only has 9 different molecules in that sequence of the gene. So that's how we know that they're very close cousins. And a rat or a mouse has 139 different molecules in that sequence. They're distant cousins, but still are cousins. So if we do this to any animal, they still have some type of different varieties, but they're all still our cousins. Thank you everyone for watching my 1 through 2 chapters summary of the magic of reality, and please like, share, subscribe to this. Please like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. I'm signing off.